What's up guys? On today's episode I wanted to put out a quick 5-minute video on the history of Honda Civic's sports injected model. Now we're going to focus on the Civic, not the CRX SI, the Del Sol, or the Prelude SI. I know, maybe later. This is the DR channel. It all started in 1985 with the Honda Civic SI Hatchback. It only had a single overhead cam motor that was pushing 91 horsepower. The Japan version got a 108 horsepower double overhead cam motor. Then it was updated in 1990 when we got the Civic SI Hatchback known as the EF3. It was pretty cool because it was fuel injected 16-valve single overhead cam 1.6 liter inline 4, which was also found in the CRX SI. It pushed a crazy 108 horsepower and 100 foot-pounds of torque, a 5-speed manual, and it weighed about 2,200 pounds. It also came with a sunroof as standard, which was pretty sweet. In 1992, there was another update with the Honda Civic SI Hatchback called the EH3. In Japan, they call it the EG6, so that's where a lot of people call it the EG. Personally, it's a little bubbly and rounded. The EH3 came with the single overhead cam 1.6 liter D16A8, which received a VTEC and pushed 125 horsepower and 106 foot-pounds of torque. Insane. After almost 7 years and a highly anticipated Civic owners, the EM1 was created. At the time, it was the first time the US ever sold a Coupe SI, which is awesome. It came with a B16A2, which was the double overhead cam motor. It was pushing 160 horsepower and 111 foot-pounds of torque, which is insane for the time, again, as a 4-cylinder. In 2002, the Honda Civic SI, aka the EP3, came out with a hatchback. It was meh. It was a 3-door eccentric styled vehicle with some controversial interior, like the location of the transmission. And I believe this Civic was fitted a little bit more for the European market and not the US. It pushes a K20, which is a 2.0 liter VTEC double overhead cam engine, which is pushing 160 horsepower and 132 foot-pounds of torque with a 6-speed transmission. It's pushing about 0 to 60 in 8 seconds, which actually is slower than the EM1. I know. In 2006, we got the Honda Civic SI FA5 and the FG2. Now, there's 2 chassis types. It's a sedan and a coupe, which is pretty sweet. For the first time, personally, I liked the way they looked, with a few modifications or appearance packages that were provided by Honda, which was the HFP and the Mugen. It came with a K20 Z3 2.0 liter, pushing 197 horsepower and 139 foot-pounds of torque, which made it 0 to 60 times 6.7 seconds. I also like the interior, which was this black with red stitching. It's kind of cool. In 2012, Honda Civic SI FG4 and FB6 came out with the newer facelift, bigger wheels. It seemed a little more polished, and for an older crowd, I think, just my opinion, kind of took away the arrows, like the wing, the lip spoilers. It also had bigger wheels. I don't know. It came with the K24 Z7, which did push 190 to 200 horsepower and 200 foot-pounds of torque, which is pretty good for a 4-cylinder, if I could a naturally aspirated one. Unfortunately, it just wasn't as fast as the GTI. It wasn't as fast as the Focus. In 2017, the Honda Civic C1 SI, which is the 10th Gen Civic Coupe and a sedan, I personally wasn't really interested in. I didn't like the way they looked. I didn't like the way they drove. I wasn't a big fan of the L15 B7 inline 4-cylinder, which was pushing a 1.5 liter turbocharged dual overhead cam VTC engine. Now, it didn't have that much power either, so it was still about 200. 2022, the 11th Gen Civic FE1 SI trim finally released. It has a bigger wheelbase. Unfortunately, it's only offered in a sedan, but what's awesome is it comes standard with a limited slip differential. You can watch my previous video if you want to know more about the FE1. Again, I like the Sonic Gray Pearl option. It has 200 horsepower and 192 foot-pounds of torque. Thanks again, guys, for watching. This is the DR channel. Please like, subscribe, comment. I'd love to make more of these history videos.